I hit the button. And we are live, Tim. This is just like Game Time Decision. We don't know if we're live or not. Bet, win, repeat. I got to share this out. Oh, crap. I got to do some other stuff, too, I realize.
And shocker, Nick's late. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, you know, he's probably going off of that. I did schedule the show on YouTube, for 1 a.m. instead of 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern time. So there might be some confusion on some things, but
no excuses.
No, I know it's all my fault. I mean, I get it. I'm going to go through real quick. I'm going to pull you out. I'm going to go through a contest update real quick let me just pull this in, share my screen. Dang, boom, pow, bang, boom. There we are. Okay. Weekly contest update. James Boyer and Alex Fox, the only two left. It's Friday, Freaky Friday. There's only these two left. So that's for the $100 prize. If you guys aren't familiar with the contest, the group page, the Facebook group page, Picks and Parlays contest. You go to facebook.com/groups/Picks and Parlays, Picks and Parlays contest. Definitely check them out. Or definitely check us out over there. The contest page, our contest page. The weekly contest starts every Monday. This is the last two that are in. As far as the monthly contest, these are the 19 people that are still in after the cut. And Eugene Robinson, 29-11. Silky Man, 28-12, right on his backside there. D-Talk right behind them, 27-13. And then it goes on and on and on to the break of dawn. But this is your updated records in case anybody wants to see all that good stuff. I should probably go like that. No, I don't know. Whatever. That's where it is. But that's I gotta do that. But so there's that. There's your contest. That goes to the 30th, and then a new one will start shortly. So on the 1st. And then we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. NHL playoffs are obviously in full effect, and NBA playoffs are in full effect. We do have this little thing they call baseball. That's in full effect now. The season's going on, and that's what's carrying me through as well. We're going to do a little special, kind of like if you saw I couldn't contain myself. I'm so excited. Nick and Tim are joining me. It's like a Game Time Decision reunion, but it's really not. It's just we're just here. So we're gonna get a little. It's Freaky Friday. It's Feel Good Friday. It's the day before my wife leaves for overnight trip.
Nice.
Her and my daughter are going. There's their choir band, performing arts group in middle school are going to Disneyland, and my wife is a chaperone. So she's in charge of 12 to 13-year-old girls.
That's scary.
I know, that's what I said. And then my wife anyway, so she wants to go to Disney, and it's just like she's just gonna. I feel these little girls are gonna be on their own. I'm just telling you. But we got all kinds of stuff. Tate says hello. Check you guys out, Dale. Wait, no, not like that. No, it's not like that. Maybe we'll do like a every Friday appearance on Bet Win Repeat. Give you guys a little taste of game time because I know you missed it. I've had multiple people ask when why aren't we on anymore and this and that. Because we're all doing Brad. It's all Brad's fault. We're all doing different things and our schedules don't align up on a regular basis. Isaac was at Detroit. Lenny's take on the line. I knew where we are. 4 minutes into it. If you haven't heard, you've been living under a rock for the last hour. The Detroit Lions have 3 players involved in a 4-person gambling scandal in the NFL. All four have been suspended. One is a defensive end from Washington Commanders. I think they're still the Commanders. I'm not sure. The other 3 are all Lions players, 2 of which have been suspended indefinitely and were no longer with the Lions organization, have already been released. They are Quintez Cephas and CJ Moore, both kind of, I don't want to say insignificant. They're role players. They're role players. You know what I mean? They have their spots. The biggest name on that is Jamison Williams, who, if you remember a couple years ago, hurt himself in national championship game, sat out 80% of last season, had a pretty
damn Alabama receivers can't trust them for anything.
I guess. So he kind of got, I'm not advocating this. I want to be clear on this, but he kind of got caught on a technicality. NFL players can gamble. They can officially bet on sports. They cannot bet on the NFL, which 3 of the 4 bet on the NFL and are Calvin Ridley is what I'm going to call it, suspended indefinitely. Jameson Williams suspended 6 games because he didn't bet on the NFL, but because we're the brightest and best organization ever, we bet on sports at the team facility using the team Wi-Fi. That you cannot do. You have to be smarter than that. You could drive off the parking lot and off the grounds and make your bet. But instead, you made your bet on another sport. I don't know what sport he bet on. Who knows? But it wasn't football. This investigation's been going on for a month.
It was Russian table tennis.
It was probably Russian table tennis, and that's cool. I respect the hustle. Wish you would have hit me with what you're betting, but yeah, but you can't do that at the team facility. So he's suspended 6 games. We're hoping he appeals it and gets like a 3 or 4 game, but that's a big blow for the Lions. This is why God says that the Lions can have nice things.
So the Vikings win the North. Okay,
I love it. You know what I was upset with? I was upset all this Lions talk. Everybody, it's a public favorite. It's a public.
I'm not. Yeah, here I never said that I was interested in the Lions to win that division. And that's just because they haven't made the playoffs in how many years, and they were the favorites to win that division. Kind of caught me off guard there. I don't think they were the rightful favorites. I think even though I do expect some regression from the Vikings this year, they're not going to win every single one-score game. They may improve where they're not playing one-score games and win those games. So that being said, that's why I was looking more Vikings than I was any other team.
I could understand that. I think the Lions, I mean, I know we've been saying that the Lions are due as Lions fans forever, but I feel like as a Lions fan, we really do have the right pieces in place organizationally, like from head coach, GM, all that. I think we're on the right page. Now it's just a matter of time and we get the right players and it's all timing too. I mean, you get hot at the right spot, so Julie Carley's stopping by. Hey, Julie Carley, how you doing? But yeah, we're just kind of talking about, the
Detroit Lions being a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, gambling on sports, but we're still going to rep our one pride and the new draft day 2023 hats. So we're going to rep them and we're going to keep moving on. Talk to me. Let's talk a little NBA playoffs. Let's start with there. 3 games tonight, all game 3s. 3 games, game 3s. What do we like? I know I kind of caught like the last half of your guys' show this morning.
Yeah.
I know we are different in opinion. We differ on the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. I kind of going to lean to what Nick said. I lean Timberwolves first half, Nuggets full game. That's just, but I understand. I think that's the most competitive game on the slate today, NBA wise.
I think it tells you something that the Timberwolves first quarter money line is -120.
Yeah.
Because they're the best first quarter team in the NBA.
Absolutely.
So that makes sense.
That's why I like them first quarter. I don't trust them after that though.
No, that's fair.
I would probably go first half, but that's to me that's
Denver's the clear and obvious better team in this series. I don't think that's up for discussion. That's why I only want the Timberwolves for as little amount of time as possible. I don't need them to have more time to blow a lead.
I still think the Nuggets sweep the series.
I can see that.
It's just a difference in level that these two teams are at. And the big thing with Minnesota is they still lack chemistry. Because for a while, you saw them in the beginning of the year. Ooh, they have Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert, and let's see how it goes. And then Karl-Anthony Towns gets injured very early. They played barely any games early in the season, and they had to come back, and they didn't really look all that well at the end of the year. They kind of they barely squeaked into play-ins and stuff, and I just feel like this Minnesota. Trust me, I had a future for them to win the championship this year. To be fair, I thought we would have gotten a lot more from Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert, but this is a Minnesota team that I was high on coming into this year. This is a Denver team that in their current form, I don't know if they lose to anybody, because there's a difference, and you can see a clear difference between them this year and then the last couple of years. And I'm going to compare this Nuggets team to the Nuggets team from the bubble, because you are getting more than just Jokic. And that's the big thing. If it was Jokic going off for 40 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists and getting triple-doubles every single night, and he was the main focus, no, I think I'd probably lean Minnesota. You just got a 40-point game from Jamal Murray. You're getting a lot of production from Aaron Gordon. You're getting a lot of production from Porter. And not to mention, Lenny, what wins the NBA Finals?
Bench players.
The bench. Thank you. The bench has been phenomenal. For this Nuggets team. They are
championships.
They are deep. This Nuggets team is one of the deepest teams in the NBA, and I'm taking them to sweep. Yes, I'm a little bit biased. A, I am a Nuggets fan, but B, I also have a ticket for them 20-1 to win the championship. That'd be a nice $4 if I'm able to cash that.
That would be real nice. Tate compares them to the Melo-led teams.
Not quite.
The one that ran into Kobe.
Not quite.
No?
The only reason why I say no,
I don't mind that comparison.
Not a bad comparison.
It's not a bad comparison. Yes. It's not a bad comparison, but I feel like they're two totally different setups.
And is it crazy to say that Jokic is better than Melo?
No. Well, I don't think you can really compare them.
Talent-wise. Yeah.
I don't think you can compare them.
What would be a game time decision reunion without Isaacs talking some shit?
Yeah, I know. My teams suck. I get it. But this is a Nuggets team that I truly believe can run the table. Not run the table, but win the entire thing.
Yeah.
I have Nuggets futures as well. I think they win this game. I am only focusing on the first quarter, though.
Right. All right, let's shift gears. Celtics, Hawks, Cavs, Knicks. What are our opinions? I'm not into this Cavs-Knicks series at all. Just can't. And the Celtics, I mean, they look like talk about dominant teams.
Yeah.
And compared to who they're playing against, I'm not calling the Celtics a dominant team. I'm calling them
the Hawks
dominant over the Hawks in this series.
I will say, for the Celtics-Hawks game, the Hawks are their Titanic. I'm going down with the ship. I've been riding them the first two games, and this is a very similar spot to what I thought was going to happen last night in the the Sixers-Nets game, which was covering pretty much for a while until that last freaking play where the inbound pass that he passed it right to a Sixers guy goes from a 3-point game to a 5-point game, and I lose my spread. Well, I'll be honest, last night, 0-10 on the site. Like, we completely reverse swept. That was one of the worst nights that we've had in a long time.
So
nothing went right. And it is what it is. But I'm taking the Hawks tonight. I got them +5. And I'm taking the Cavs. I got them on the money line +110. I think the Cavs are the better team. And I think we're going to see, and I got the under as well in that Cavs game. I think you're going to see another defensive game between the two of them. The Cavs are the best defensive team in the NBA. They allow, even the game that the Knicks won, the game one win, was only 101 points scored. And then they scored 90 in the second. It's going to be very difficult. Maybe a team total under for the Knicks as well. I think they get slowed down again against a very good defensive Cavs team. I got the Cavs money line and the under.
I don't hate that. I don't. Nick, do you have an opinion on either one of those games? Celtics, Hawks, Cavs, Knicks?
I did make a play on the Hawks game. I did not make a move on the Cavs. I do. My thought process is I think the Knicks win that series. I think the Knicks win the series. I know Tim disagrees with me there, but I do like New York for the series. I don't know about tonight though. I mean, I'll lean towards the Knicks obviously because I have the Knicks to win the series. But for me, I took the Hawks first quarter at +105. That's the way I approached this game. And for this one at +105, because if you look at teams down 2-0 heading home, you saw this with the Warriors. You almost saw this with the Nets last night. First quarter, first half is where to look at those teams down 2-0 heading back home. That's why I also like Minnesota first quarter. So I just grabbed 12 minutes. Just give me 12 solid minutes, Hawks. First quarter money line for me.
Reverse sweeps are hard to do. I've done it a few times.
It's almost as impressive as sweeping the board.
Honestly, it is.
But to be fair, I had a plus 200. I had a plus 170.
That's fair.
There's some of them in there, but no, it was a rough night.
Here's my take on the Cavs Knicks. Whoever wins that series, I'm not surprised.
That's fair.
I think it's I also don't think it matters
better.
because they lose in the next round.
It don't matter. The Cavaliers would force about maybe 6 with the Bucks, and the Knicks, I think, would get swept.
So it's like it doesn't even matter that series. But Celtics Hawks, I talked about that. They're just a dominant. They're bigger, better.
Even without Giannis,
Right.
I think they sweep.
That's
or
fair.
they win the series.
All right, tonight's hockey. Big boy talk now. Hurricanes, Islanders, Boston Panthers, Jesus Christ. The Boston Brewers, Florida Panthers, Dallas Stars, Minnesota Wilds, Oilers, Kings. I'm going to start this off with saying I got 3 draws. All the games I have a draw bet on, half unit in each draw, except for the Bruins and Panthers. But to be fair, I've also had to draw on each one of those matchups from game 1. So the Stars and the Wild, the Oilers and Kings have both hit already. I need those Hurricanes Islanders to hit one time.
They did last game.
I'm sorry. They did. You're right. Wednesday they hit. They went overtime, and all 3. I need them. I thought that would be the one that go with draw. I honestly, but Nick Earl, talk to me about some NHL. What do you like?
I'll start with the Islanders here. I took New York in that game. I got them at $1.14. When you look at it here, the Hurricanes last game, when you look at 5-on-5 numbers, only put up 1.33 expected goals for, and they lost Teuvo Teravainen to a broken hand. So now they're without Svechnikov, they're without Teravainen, 2 of their top scorers. I think if Carolina makes it out of this round, if they make it out of this round, because we saw last year, one thing that they failed to do is win a road game in the postseason. They're going to get crushed by fill-in-the-blank Devils Rangers, which is probably going to be the Rangers, unfortunately. But I think the Islanders win this game. As long as the Hurricanes don't get 5 power plays to the Islanders, none, the Islanders will control that game, and they will win this. Because the refereeing in Carolina was so skewed. Carolina had so many power plays, and the only penalty that the Islanders drew last game was on a penalty kill. So they never had a second of 5-on-4 power play time the entire game. And there was some blatant
not to mention one of the Carolina goals was off of Sebastian Aho's stick.
Yes.
Sorry, the Islanders' Sebastian Aho's stick. Not even a Canes player.
We don't judge. I will say this about this NHL playoffs. Tell me if I'm wrong, Nick. I feel like they're scrappier than.
There's been way more penalties than normal. There's been way
and
more.
The refs are
the Kings got 7 power plays in game 1, which shockingly they won in overtime. Wow, who would have guessed? I noticed the discrepancies in power plays have been ridiculous too. We saw 7-3 in that first game, LA Edmonton. We saw 5-0 Carolina in the second game there. We've seen massive discrepancies between power plays.
Home cooking.
Good hold. No, not even. Kings
Not
are on the
really.
road getting 7 power plays.
Not the Kings, but
yeah, I've noticed that maybe it's because I've been watching the games more. The officiating has sucked.
I think it really has. I think the officiating is trying to control the game a little too much.
They're trying to. I don't like it. Let the players play.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is I like the Islanders. I think that we see some regression on the power plays. I truly, if you're this total is a 5, and I 100% agree with it. I think this game pushes at best for the total. And I'm kind of leaning towards the Hurricanes team total under, because if they don't draw penalties in this game, Ilya Sorokin has a 1.91 goals allowed average and 936 save percentage at home this year. He's a much better goaltender at home than he is on the road.
Right.
And with Teravainen out of the lineup, I really question where the offense is going to come from with the Carolina Hurricanes, who haven't been able to do much without the help of the referees on the power play, because they scored 2 power play goals in the first game. I believe they only scored 1 in the second game, but they had 5. So on 5-on-5, Carolina's done nothing. So as long as the Isles stay out of the penalty box in this game and don't get called for a million penalties, they should win this game. And I see Carolina struggling on 5-on-5 offense.
I do like the Islanders tonight. You have some news for the Bruins too. The goalie, who's in net for the Boston Bruins?
It's gonna be Jeremy Swayman. Also, another thing is Patrice Bergeron once again is out, and we saw in Game 2 that was the first game where you can sit back and be like, "Damn, the Bruins really miss Bergeron," and I think they're gonna miss him again today. And I said this heading into the series. I don't think the Bruins are as good as people think they are. This is a team, when you looked at expected goal differential, they were 7th in the National Hockey League. This is a team that overperformed this season. When you look at them, their actual goals in all situations compared to their let's take a look. Goals for this year. Boston was number 2 in the NHL behind Edmonton, 301 goals this year. Their expected goals, 311. My bad. No, that was Edmonton 311. I was looking at the number 2 spot. 285. This team scored 16 goals over expected this year. That's not going to continue into the playoffs. I mean, I don't think that happens. So I like the Panthers in this series. I like the Panthers tonight at plus 133 is where I got them at. Yeah, I think the Panthers are very live to win this series because when you look at their numbers, they were number 1 in expected goals for this year. This is a team that produces offense. And if you test Swayman, I think they're going to be able to get a few past Swayman. I think the team total over for Florida is a good look. I think that Florida in general is a good look. I like Florida in 7 in the series. And one thing you also got to keep in mind is now the Boston Bruins can very well win this series. I'm not saying they're going to lose this series, but the President's Trophy winner has not made it past the second round, has not made it to the conference finals in 7 straight years. In 7 straight years, the President's Trophy winner did not make it past the second round. And I think that continues to mention.
You look at all the top teams, like the teams that had historic years. Look what happened to the undefeated New England Patriots, lost in the Super Bowl. The best team, the Seattle Mariners, who won, 113 games?
116 games. Did not make the playoff, or did not make the World Series.
You look at the 73-9 Golden State Warriors,
did not win,
lost in the finals.
You look at
last year, where the Dodgers won 111 games. How many did they win in the playoffs?
1.
And
with hockey here, you look at the team that points wise the Bruins beat this year, and that was the Yzerman led Wings. They lost to the Avalanche in the Stanley Cup. So you see these teams that have amazing regular seasons, it doesn't always translate to the postseason. Right. And I think that continues here with the Bruins.
That's fair. I see where I don't think they're, first of all, I don't think they're as good as people think they are, but I do think they're good.
I feel like everybody already has them winning the cup. People are already planning to trade for this freaking team.
I did put them in a bracket, one bracket to win the cup, but
in the picks and in the picks and parlays league, I have the Panthers in 7. In the picks and parlays bracket, I also have the Islanders winning the cup.
So, well, there's that.
It's there. We all make mistakes. I have the
that I think we agree on, even though I don't agree with you on the Boston on the Boston Florida game, but Dallas, Minnesota, Edmonton, LA. I'm on the Wild, and I'm on the Kings.
I am on the Wild. I do like the Wild. The Wild, I've kind of gotten my script for the way I'm going to be betting this Wild series. I think the Wild win in 7, maybe 6. I know this game and next game I'm going to be on the Minnesota Wild in Minnesota. I think they go up 3-1 in this series. It goes back to Dallas. Dallas wins game 5. and they go back to Minnesota, that's where it's going to get difficult for me because I can see Dallas winning game 6 and Minnesota winning game 7. I can also see Minnesota winning game 6. I think the home teams are going to be very successful in this series for the rest of the series. So I do like Minnesota this game. I like them next game, and I like Dallas game 5. I think that's the way I'm approaching this series. And then game 6, I need to take a look at a little bit deeper. But I do like Minnesota tonight. That was one of my.
I do, and I think this series is going to be the most competitive. Hold on, while I close my window, because now all of a sudden the guy across the street wants to turn on his power washer. I'll be right back.
There you go.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah,
I'll save my hockey plays for Lenny. I do have hockey.
What's your thoughts on the Wild here, Tim? We were talking about that. And by the way, Gustafson is likely for today. I saw likely for Gustafson.
The Wild are one of 4 teams that have futures on to win the Cup. Them, the Islanders, the Vegas Golden Knights, and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Those are the 4 teams I have Stanley Cup tickets on. So I do like the Wild, and especially if it's Gus Bus.
Yes,
that's somebody I want to go after is the Gus Bus.
Can we just stop the Marc-Andre Fleury shit?
We saw the wilted flower the other night. That was not pretty.
He was sacrificed. I like this. Flower is a sacrifice.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think the one thing that game 2 solidified is we won't see Fleury again in this series. And I think the reason why we
won't see him anymore in the playoffs.
Yes. Maybe. If they play the Avalanche and Gustafson gets lit up one game, or if they play the Kraken and Gustafson gets lit up one game, I can see them potentially going back to Fleury. You also got to keep in mind, it really felt like Minnesota punted game 2 there, which is why I really liked Dallas game 2.
Right?
Also, I highly doubt this is the reason why he did it as well. Fleury has now played in 17 consecutive playoff years. He's been in the playoffs 17 consecutive
I'm going
to
tell you right now, in my opinion, I think that streak stops this year, and I don't think we see him in another playoff game again.
I think he retires at the end of this year potentially.
Yeah, I think
he may go for one more year, but Fleury, don't ruin your legacy with a couple bad years.
He has to accept the role as a backup.
The role. Mentor Gustafson. That's what you're meant to do right now. Mentor Gustafson.
Become the goalie coach. Pull a Craig Anderson.
Be Craig Anderson.
That's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Be Jonathan Quick, who's going to be coaching Laurent Brossoit through these playoffs. Like, do something like that. You're not the goalie you used to be. You're not the
Vezina caliber goalie that you were.
Right.
No.
And you never will be. It's just the body doesn't work that way.
And it
shut up, Ice.
Shut up.
Absolutely not.
Tim says yes.
No, it's good. No, it's going to be EPL and Levi next year, but that's not the point. And you're going to have Anderson as the goalie coach. That would be fantastic.
So Oilers Kings, we can all agree it's Kings all day today.
No,
plus 140.
I don't. I still think the Oilers win this series in 5 or 6. Yeah, the Oilers have scored 7 goals so far in this series. They're split 1-1. Mm-hmm. All that being said, Connor McDavid's contributed to 1 goal, and it was an assist. He's yet to score this series. That's not going to continue.
No.
If you're the Kings, you're doing a great job limiting, and that's why you're split in the series right now. You've limited Connor McDavid. The only problem is Draisaitl's lighting you up, and Draisaitl's having an amazing series. I think McDavid scores tonight. I think this could be the McDavid breakout game. This could be the McDavid breakout game, and I'm going to be on the Oilers -1. I think the Oilers still take over the series. I think they're the better team, obviously. And I have high expectations for the Oilers. I have Cup tickets for them. I have Western Conference tickets for them. I don't think they fall behind 2-1 in the series. I just don't. So I'm on the Oilers -1.
Listen, I got in my picks and parlay bracket, it's the Kings and the Bruins for the Stanley Cup Finals. So that's all you need to know about how I feel. Yeah. So that's about how I feel. I
just don't want to step in front of Edmonton right now because they've learned how to play defensive hockey.
First of all, it was pre-420 when I made that bracket. I just want to let everybody know that. But I'm really high on these Kings. and I think it goes 6. I think it goes 6 games. I think they hang, and I just think they're going to steal one, and they already stole one in Edmonton. So I think if they
Also,
just hold on.
Edmonton was an awesome road team this year. I think they were.
I
I have to look it up. They were a better road team than they were home team this year.
27-11-3 on the road.
They were awesome on the road. I think that's where you're going to find value on them.
But the Kings, on the flip side of that, 26-11-4 at home. So very similar records for away and at home. I mean, comparison. I think, man, I really want those 10-man helmets from the LA Kings, man. Break out those tinfoil helmets. Break out that Reynolds wrap those helmets, because you play well when you wear those. I like that. Isaac says Kings win game 4, then Kings die afterwards. Well, that's not.
I think the Oilers in 5 or 6 still. I think the Oilers are that dominant this year, and this is if there's ever a year for a Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup, it's the 2023 Edmonton Oilers.
This is true.
Lizotte is out. Yeah, he's a fourth liner though. He's not a big deal.
All right.
But
Well,
I mean, that one thing that does get rid of is some grit on the third or fourth line.
Which we know who wins Stanley Cups?
The third and fourth lines
and the goalies. Fat guys between the pipes. That's what everybody wants to see.
I'm hoping we can say that about Cizikas, Clutterbuck, Martin, Sorokin. I mean, that's why I think the Islanders are still in the series.
We are talking NHL right now, and Nicholas Lee says, "What's up, Lenny, Nick, Earl, Nick and Earl?" Well, we know who you mean. And if we are talking NHL, I like the Islanders and the money line. We also like that.
Yes.
And the full game, money line, full game, and under 5.5 in the Wild game.
I'm staying off the total in that game. I just like the Wild
too, because
like
I see a 2-2, maybe a 3-3. Like, I'm really into the draw in that game, so I'm worried about that total. But if you had a gun to my head and I had to pick which way to go, I'm gonna go under, because a 3-2 is more likely than a 4-3. That's how I figure it. That's how I'm gonna get there, because I don't think this game ends 4-2. You know. Oh, Nick.
Let me guess. There's a boost.
What time is it? It's game time.
It's time for me to show off my place for the day.
Oh, yeah. Tim Earl, everybody. Hold for applause.
Well, you guys can come back. I'm playing with it.
Okay.
I'm trying to get a little bit more plus money. So here you go. Islanders and then Horvat not to score. Plus 142. These are very weird and contrarian plays, because they're the team and then a player on that team not to score. Just like I have Florida.
I don't like that. I'm just telling you right now, it makes me feel weird.
Not to score. Minnesota and Kaprizov not to score. And then Edmonton and McDavid not to score. I only have to hit 2 out of them, so I can go 2-2, make a bunch of money. I'm taking some shots. I'm having fun.
Okay. That's what it's all about. Let's have some fun.
They're all plus money. They're all plus
Gamble
money.
responsibly. We all say that all the time. But in honor of Tim.
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay, I'm just saying.
They're not supposed to be pretty.
They're not pretty. That's okay. The ugly ones, we say this all the time. Might not be the prettiest, but that's the one I'm going home with tonight. That's the ticket.
Don't tell Mandy that.
All right, Tim. None of that feels good, and I feel like I should tell an adult. It feels weird. 2 shots on goal. Oh wait, no. Oh no, I like him to get 2 shots on goal. I think 1 might go in.
Who?
One of whoever you were, probably one of those guys.
One of those guys. That's fair.
Oh, right here. You already know why a boost hit last night, Nick. Witchcraft.
Yeah. Oh, he also said.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
There's the boost. Canes, Bruins, Oilers. I think that goes 1-2. I think the Oilers win.
I think that goes 2-1. Actually, that goes 1-3, because the Bruins win, but the Kings win and the Islanders win.
How does it go 1-3?
Bruins win.
Okay, where are the 3 losses?
Or I mean, it goes 1 out of 3.
Got it. All right, there you go. I'm just being an ass. You're good.
Just kidding. Oh, look, I can bring you out. Look, I can do that. And then everybody goes. So sooner or later, I'll get back to the middle. I figured all these layouts and stuff down. What else we got? Nick said hurry back on BO.
Bo.
Oh, Bo Howard. Got it.
Oh. All right. So there's Tim's have feel good prop bets. Just feel good about them.
No, you don't. You're not supposed to.
Don't feel good about them. But don't tell an adult about it either.
Is it bad that I see all those guys scoring tonight?
Shut up. You don't have to be a dick about it.
I think McDavid breaks out. I think he
did say that earlier. He thinks Connor McDavid broke out. It breaks out.
If the Panthers win, Brady or Matthew Tkachuk has something to do with it, and Kaprizov I think can go off tonight.
Yeah, we'll see. I know our friend Terry Edelman's probably on the Wild -5.5.
Yeah, right. He's just money line.
That's fair. What else we got? We should talk some MLB since we have been playoff happy. And Panger Life says Blue Jays money line. Let's start right there.
We're on the Bronx Bombers. Or I like the first 5 under. First 5 under 4 -115 is what I bet in that game. It looks so obviously over. Herman and Kikuchi. Yet the line's gone from 9 to 8.5. So the line's dropped. The money's coming in on the over, and the line's dropped. Reverse line movement here. I took the first 5 under 4.5. I think this is a game where it's 2-1 heading into the 8th. And a game that feels so obviously this game is going over the total that it's not going to.
I'm on the Blue Jays. Just straight up the whole just money line. So that's where I'm at. Tim, you got an opinion on that game?
Yeah, I'm on. Me and both of those are up on the site.
Okay. You don't have
the Blue Jays in the over. Blue Jays in the under.
Yankees in the under. Yankees
in the under. Wow, I cannot remember stuff. Yankees in the under.
Yankees. All right. See, that's why they're the experts, and I'm Detroit Lenny. I'm on the.
What? That just means we're gonna end up losing, so it's fine.
One of us. Speaking, this is a great time to plug what you got going on over at Earl Sports Bet channel and on Picks and Parlays site. All that stuff, what you can get, all that good stuff. Don't forget when you are over there, use the promo code MLB. Save yourself 20% off of all the stuff Tim's going to tell you that they have.
Yeah, playoff hockey, playoff basketball, MLB, and we're less than a month away from WNBA, so excited about that. I will say, if anybody bet my Homer parlay, the ECU Pirates baseball game has been postponed till tomorrow. There's a doubleheader tomorrow due to, I believe, it wasn't weather related. It was the fact that in travel, no, huh?
Were they gambling?
No. In their travel, they lost some of their gear.
What?
And it's in transit still, so they don't have any of their baseball stuff in order to play baseball. So, I don't know how that happens.
That's some college type stuff that happens to you, though. That is some the gear got lost.
That is the
day after 420. Who's ever in charge of the gear? The equipment manager. It's also National Drug Test Day. So,
whatever it is, that game got postponed
the day after 420.
And if anybody wants to do themselves a favor, I believe it starts. Let's see, what time does that game start? And I know it's Counter-Strike. I Am Rio's going on. It's live in front of a crowd, and at 3:30 p.m. So an hour and 50 minutes will be Heroic and Furia. Furia, big Brazilian team that you're going to see one of the craziest. It's like a soccer-esque crowd for Counter-Strike. So I'd recommend turning that on around 3:30. It's on twitch.tv/ESL_CSGO. Which I could put in the chat. Do yourself a favor and just watch a little bit of that. You might not understand what's going on, but that crowd gets really, really hyped, and it's really
all about the crowd, homie.
Oh yeah, it's all about the crowd.
What else do we like? We can give out for a free play in the MLB before we bounce on out of here.
Free play in the MLB. Let's go with Nick's signature. There's a -300 today.
Oh, yeah.
The Phillies are minus 300, so we're on the Colorado Rockies.
Are the Rockies really that bad? Like, I mean, I knew they were going to be bad this year, but I didn't think they were going to be. I don't think they were 6-14 bad. They're 10-10 bad.
They're bad. They're bad.
I don't know. My Tigers were up today against the Orioles, so
I like the Tigers first 5 a little bit. Not betting it, but it's Tigers first 5 or nothing for me.
I'm on your Mets today. I'm on the Mets bullpen.
Paid off. The Mets must have found out I bet against them yesterday.
That's fair. I'm also on the Nerfy and the Padres Diamondbacks. I'm on a few Nerfies. I got 3. Astros, Braves, Padres, Diamondbacks, and one other one, but I can't remember.
I'm not saying
Tigers, Orioles.
If I have to bet a Nerfy today, it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. It's the Yankees, Blue Jays. If I had to bet a Nerfy, it's Yankees, Blue Jays.
Why?
I like the line movement for that under. Everybody's going to see Herman. 6 simple outs. Herman and Kikuchi. What can go wrong, right?
First of all, don't talk shit about the coach, okay? He's 2-0 with a 4.7 ERA. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Let's ask the chat. What could go wrong? Here's that link that Tim was talking about for the
Fortnite game.
Counter-Strike.
Shut up, Nick.
Yeah, for the Fortnite.
It's the guy from Fortnite.
Blue Jays money. We talked about the Sausage Fest. Laughing out loud. Well, I'm snorter now.
Stoned. He said it in the next.
Oh, you're stoned now? Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, okay. I see it. I see what you did. Now I want to make a parlay, and this is what my brain came up with. Islanders money line.
Love it.
Panthers under. Stars under. Full game degenerate enough. No. I mean, you could totally throw in an NBA play and a baseball play and get mixed sport parlay, and that's as degenerate as you get. Also, throw a Nerfy in there because if we're going to use the word degenerate, we might as well get degenerate on that something. What else we got going on today? That's really it. We covered the NBA, we covered the NHL, we covered MLB. That's it. That's all we got.
Good to go?
Yeah.
That's it. All right. We're going to try and do this on Friday, so we'll be here. I'll try and with our schedules and everything, maybe we can lock up this as a set Friday for Bet Win Repeat. So you guys will get a little game time decision, Bet Win Repeat mixture. So no, I like it. I don't hate it. Where was it at? Right here. I'm not saying I hate it. I would just, if we want to get degenerate more, I'm not advocating this, but smoke more, add more. Parlay that shit up. It's not degenerate if it ain't 5 legs or more. Otherwise,
well, listen to that.
I know. So yeah, no. But figured I'd share. That's fair. I appreciate it. Don't forget, guys, use the promo code MLB, save you 20% off picks and parlays sites. And all of Earl Sports Bet's premium plays over there. Don't forget to follow their channel, Earl Sports Bet's ESB channel on YouTube. If you don't already, I don't know what to tell you. You're living under a rock. Move that rock, like the channel, subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. You'll never miss any of our live content anywhere, anytime. We will see you. This has been the Bet Win Repeat show. I'm Detroit Land Picks and Parlays. These two knuckleheads are Nick and Tim Earl from Earl Sports Bets. We'll see you guys on another one.